Listen, this is going to be a short one. It's about, 5, maybe 10 minutes. It was a great night last night. MAGA stinks of death. Carrion birds and vultures are circling over their heads. This was a whooping. There is no spinning this. There is no amount of mayonnaise in the universe to turn the chicken shit of last night's Republican defeat into chicken salad. A billion centrifuges could not spin this into a victory. Um, the most amazing part of this, folks, as you're parsing through the exit polls, as you're parsing through the data that's coming out of Virginia and New Jersey, and New York State is different. It's not as applicable nationally as Virginia and New Jersey. But as you come out of this, those folks that came out and voted last night, you had significant Republican crossover in Virginia. You had Republican crossover in New Jersey. You had meaningful, gigantic swings in Republican electoral districts in Virginia, in the Virginia Assembly District or the House of Delegates districts, huge swings, including in very conservative areas. You had big swings in independent voters in both states. They are showing us the proof that Trump only rented those voters in 24. Young men broke back towards Democrats. This is a great night across the board. We're going to be talking about it more at Lincoln Square, and I'm going to be writing about it today on my Substack. But guys, understand what you saw last night. You saw the Republican Civil War jump to its next phase. Right now, there are 100 guys calling each other and texting each other and signal chatting each other, WhatsApping each other, and saying, "Ah, shit, man, Trump really is, once he's not on the ballot, we're fucked." Yes, yes. Folks, when you are in politics professionally, you score voters on a 1 to 5 scale. A 5 voter comes out and votes in every election. They vote for the off-year spring election for city planning board or the dog catcher race or in Florida it's like the soil and water conservation district. Okay, a 5 voter votes every time, all the time, does not miss an election. I'm a 5. I missed one primary election because I didn't vote early and I was on an airplane. It's 20 years ago, I think. Um, a 1 voter almost never votes unless somebody really big comes out and pulls them in. Trump, Obama, Bill Clinton pulled a lot of lower propensity voters, 1s and 2s. Trump, and I'm going to say this as a professional, Trump had a method for pulling out low propensity conservative voters, 1s and 2s. And he executed on it in 2016. Nobody saw it coming. He executed on it again in 2024. We did see it coming, but long story short, couldn't counteract it. When he's not on the ballot, those 1s and 2s stay home. When he's not on the ballot, those one and Trump tweeted about it. He understands this. When he's not on the ballot, those 1s and 2s stay home. They're not interested in politics. They're interested in him. Last night was a preview for what we can do in 2026. Okay. What did Cheryl and Spanberger talk about over and over again? Was it culture war stuff? Was it abortion? Was it gun control? No. Was it climate change? No. They talked over and over and over and over and over and over again until everybody was blue in the face from it. Affordability. In Virginia, Spanberger talked about how families were pressured and couldn't afford to live there, especially with Doge and Russ Vought and Project 2025 job cuts, everything else. She stayed on affordability. In New Jersey, Cheryl talked about electricity costs and housing costs over and over and over again. The thing for my Democratic friends to understand is the policies that you love, that you think are the most important things in the world, do not matter to ordinary voters. If you are not ignoring All right, folks, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I did not mute. Did not mute. I don't know why. Hold on. Can you hear me now? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, you can hear me now. Great, 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 great. Okay. They tried to play this greatest hits thing against Spanberg. I don't know where I lost you, so I'm going to start back again. And they said over and over again, trans, trans, trans. And you know what her reaction was? Jobs in the economy, affordability, education. It's the secret sauce. Don't ignore it. Also, look, Mamdani won a magnificent victory. He's a great candidate. I do not know whether he is going to be a great mayor. I know a lot of people love him to death, but New York is a harder place to govern than you think. And don't put all your eggs in that basket because being mayor of New York is very hard. I have been a senior advisor to the mayor in City Hall, working in City Hall when Giuliani was mayor before he was a complete idiot. It is a hard job. It is not a job for, most of the things in New York City are not amenable to the solution of socialism or communism or whatever the fuck he calls himself. I don't care. You got to be out there when a firefighter gets injured, when a building collapses, when people need help. Those things are tough. We'll see. You're going to see the Republicans try to put all the attention of yesterday onto Mamdani, but the focus needs to be on Virginia and New Jersey. Those are roadmap races. Those are exemplars. Those are pathway races. Those races tell you how to win in 2026. Affordability, economy, and every time they bring up the culture war garbage, you say, no, not me, not playing your game today. Moving on. Okay. So, folks, I want to say one more thing before I hop off, and I will be back with a written piece later today. Right now, there's a story in The Hill saying that Gary Peters and Jeanne Shaheen and some other centrist Democrats want to end the shutdown. I need you to get on the phones and burn them to fuck to the ground. They're trying to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, as Democrats love to do. I promise you they're doing this because Chuck Schumer wants to end the shutdown. The Republicans are losing the shutdown right now. They are losing it badly. Every single survey, every poll, every one of the pieces of data that's out there shows they are losing on the shutdown. They are getting their asses cut off, handed to them, and barbecued. Okay? They are losing on the shutdown, and Schumer wants to end it. Get the fuck out of here. Get the hot fuck out of here. If you walk away now from this tremendous victory, Chuck and Hakeem, then last night meant nothing. If you walk away from this tremendous ability to break the Republican Party with an unpopular shutdown that they caused, and you blow it, people will hate you for a generation. You will put 2026 in livid, horrible danger. Do not do this. Hold the line. Break Trump and break the Republicans. They are close to breaking already. They can't believe their luck that they're going to get Democrats to end the shutdown on Trump's terms. Do not do this. I beg of you. All right, folks, got to go. See you later.